Good evening. Welcome to True Crime Confessions out of Alaska. I'm John, your host, better known as Old Man John. Join me as we step back in time, reliving the close calls, the lucky breaks, and the moments when living the dream that dodging the bullet. Some nights it was fortune, other nights it was fate. Anyway, take the blue pill and let's go. Hey everybody, welcome to True Crime Confessions out of Alaska. I'm Old Man John, aka Captain Save-A-Ho. But no matter what you call me, you can always bet that I bring honesty, integrity, and decency, I guess as best as you can, to the dark side. Anyways, just remember, what you see here and what you hear here is 100% true. It's all my stories from my adventures in Alaska. And the names of the innocent will be changed. I'm not going to give up anything. However, if you're a dirtbag who's doing 57 years to life for being a dirtbag, sorry about your luck. And besides, I owe it to anybody else to let them know all about you. And we'll hear about that. And anyways, let me get right into it. I'm going to tell you a story here about Mark and Carol. Good friends, good neighbors. And Mark, I always said, you've been robbing the whole country, the world. He's one of the best guitar players you've ever seen. Put Jimi Hendrix to shame. This dude can really play. And Carol, his old lady, she's a smoking little hottie. Getting a little older. She's a retired stripper or exotic dancer from the Great Alaska Bush Company. It's super bad. Check it out. And he had a concept, I'm doing my little thing, got a little cocaine, a little down, a little up, a little slow. And he didn't do none of that. He thought the way to go was, what we knew is legal, I think it's still legal in a lot of places, is called spice. And I don't know if anybody's ever tried it, but spice is some crazy shit. And with that being said, I got my introduction to it over at his house. It was pure accident. They're passing the joint around and came by me, and I'm like, oh, shit, I'll take a hit. And when I did, I looked over at Mark going, no. And I'm looking at him, and I'm thinking, God, what's wrong with this dude? It's taking him minutes to say no. And that's how fast it hit me in the head. And well, I took off with some friends, and all I can remember at that point is, bam, we're at Walmart. I'm like, holy cow, man. Bam, we're over at Sayers. And I remember the last time we ended up, bam, I'm looking at a brick wall, and my phone rang. And I'm like, oh, shit, it's my phone. Well, I knew how to answer that. And I answered the phone. John, where you at? I'm like, Mark. He said, dude, you left here? You haven't been back in 3 days. I'm like, 3 days? Oh, my God. I said, man, I don't know where I'm at. And I'm stuck in this car. They left me out here, and, well, nobody showed me how to open the door. I was like, oh, my God. Carol, he's got me on speakerphone, and Carol said, where are you at? And I'm not really sure, but I can read a sign that says customers only park here, and guests park around back, or something like that. And she said, what else can you see? What else can you see? And I looked around, and I'm like, well, I must be at Superman's castle. And she's laughing. They all laughed. And I said, well, it's a big red S on the building. And somebody hollered out, oh, he's over at the Sheridan. Aha. At the big hotel, they got a big 20-story building. And I said, yeah, well, that's it. I'm over by the Sheridan. But I still don't know how to open the door. Well, somebody talked me into just look at the door, find the handle, pull on it, and push the door out, and voila. And it worked. And I met somebody over at the Sheridan. But that was my one and only experience with spice. It will bend your mind. It's crazy. But getting back to the story, so the good part is they got a phone call from them, and they're out in the valley, Matanuska Valley, where Matanuska Thunderfuck comes from. And so I took them out a little something, something. And while out there, Carol's like, "Hey, John, I got somebody I want to introduce you to." And I should have figured. But coming from the Great Alaska Bush Company, she's always got lots of girlfriends that are handy and needy. And so she introduced me to Miss Jamie. Jamie's a little cute little blonde, big old hoo-has. And she's like, "Hey, hey." So he let me have one of the rooms out in his. He's got a big pole barn or garage, if you will. But he's got a nice little room out there, and so he let us have it. We went out there to party and watch movies for the night. It was fun. Halfway in the middle of it, bam, 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 bam. Holy shit, what's going on? There's somebody banging at the door. Well, as bad as that spice twisted my head, it twisted other people's head just as much. And he had a couple guys. One of them was named Squirrel or Rabbit, one of the two. And the other one was Piccolo Pete. And Pete was Carol's ex-husband. And I'm like, "This son of a bitch." And I called up front to Mark. I said, "Mark, this guy's banging at the door." He's like, "Don't open the door, John. He's got an axe." He's got an axe. I'm like, "Oh, my God." So all right, I'm not opening the door. Hung up. And this guy chopped shit all night long until he finally fell out or whatever. The next morning I woke up and opened the door, and actually he chopped the door about 3 or 4 times. He got a hole started in it. Thank God it was a big old thick wooden door, a big old Alaska door. And next morning I got up and went out there, and he had chopped into the side of his truck, chopped his window or windshield, chopped his counters, the cabinets, his refrigerator, the big chest freezer. He chopped everything in that place with that axe. And I'm not sure what happened to him, but he was gone by the time we came out of that room. And anyways, that's when Jamie and I wrapped it all up, jumped in the back of my car, and headed back to Anchorage. And the moral of that story is, if you're ever hanging around with somebody with spice, make sure you got a nice, strong door behind you. Well, let me know what you guys think about that. Hit that like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Right here on True Crime Special.